Yo. What is the word? Hey, fellas. Oh, the camera off, They're starting off on a bad note there, aren't they, fellas? Adley, what is the word?
Dear my brother. Pram.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt. How you doing, Matt?
What's going on, Matt? Thanks
Good
for
man,
joining
good.
us and talking to the Matt.
Good evening, everyone. We are back with another episode of Talk the
Good
Tank.
evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, my people. We have so much to talk about. Tonight, there's a real informal type of episode. We normally having guests and interviews and things. But we just, a lot been going on, and we kind of just want to, talk the thing, a little bit instead of the normal interview kind of thing. So, with that said, before we go any further, my people, please share the live. We have some topics we want to talk about, we want to cover, and we also want to see what the people watching, what you guys' opinions are on some of the things that we talk about. So if you guys want to jump on with us, we have no problem with that. Let us know in the comments. We'll bring you on, give you 2 cents.
Or
And
free
then
cents,
or 3 cents or 4 cents or 5 cents. Or
whatever amount you
you
have to
can
give.
comment, in the chat if you want to do that. And we can always share your opinion. Nothing wrong with that. We all have opinions, and we're just gonna give a little bit of some of our opinions on some of the things that's been going on in the one man wealth recently, and
Respectfully, of course.
environments. Yes. So with that said, fellas, what is it with?
Why are we touching first?
Look, the man don't say me. Okay, let me see how you going to touch first. All right, so we have some topics there. So now the hottest thing that's been going on in Dominica in the last couple of days has been the World Career Music Festival, the artist reveal that happened a couple weeks ago now.
Which one?
And
The supplementary artist reveal or the main one? There was a last one, a recent one.
No, yeah, the main artist reveal, right? Maybe
Right.
what, 3 weeks ago, and then maybe like a couple of days ago, you had the another couple artists that were announced.
Yeah.
And one of the artists that was announced, I guess we could go in reverse order. So we can start with the last two artists that were announced. One was Masika and the other one was Kelani. And I think a lot of Dominicans had an opinion on who is Kelani and why she been invited to the World Career Music Festival. And I will speak for myself. I'm a huge fan of Kelani. I've been listening to her music for years. I think she's a very, very talented vocalist, artist, I should say. And before we go any further, I'm gonna play one of her songs for you to hear. For those of you that never hear Kelani music, I'm gonna play two of her songs for you to hear.
Take it slow. I'ma hit the gas if you ready to go. I wanna feel the sweat breathing through your clothes. The way you touch my neck got me ready to fall. I wanna make magic. I want you to feel me. I want you to grasp it. I want you to steal me. If you want it, you can have it. I want you to free me. I'm not trying to lock you down. You came in on your own, how to be a zone, in a room full of strangers.
You guys can see the name of this song. It's called After Hours, right? That's one of her songs, one of her recent song that's been getting a lot of airplay up here in the States. And then another one, which was maybe released about 5-6 years ago.
You was mine, but you decided to be with You took my feelings and just threw them out the window. Feel like it's too hard to fall in love again. No. On some nights like this, shawty, I can't help but think of us. I've been reminiscing, sipping Missy up. Can you tell me what's with all this distant love? If I call, would you pick it up? Oh.
So yes, fellas, what do you think about the Kilani move from the organizers?
Um, for me, I think personally it's a good move. I've always said that as much as it's World Curve Music Festival, I feel that we need every festival we need at least one or two major US artists. And I think Kehlani is a major US based R&B artist. And I think it was about time that we tapped into that. You know, I think she has good material. I think she's not just a singer, she's a performer. She dances. She's not one of the people who just standing on stage and sing. You know, she dances, she has choreo. Hopefully she comes with her a whole band and her dancers and whatnot, so she could put on a very great performance, not just sing. But you know, when you have the whole band and you have your dancers, you know, it creates a better performance.
Mhm.
So I think she is good, and I was looking up something. There's this, I don't know, I use Apple Music, but there's this list. Apple compiles a list of top 100 songs that is being played in every country.
Mhm.
And I follow the Dominica one. And Kilani's latest single called Folded is the fourth most listened song in Dominica. It's the fourth most listened to song in Dominica is Kelani Folded. So clearly,
So,
DFT hears something because
so
people listening to Kelani's music.
you don't think it's because people see her name on the thing, maybe they're checking it
I
out.
don't think I don't think it's just because of because prior to she being announced on the festival, she was number 21.
Mhm.
Okay.
So she
So
was
she
still
was,
kind of up there.
yeah, she was still up there, and she was still up there in the top, almost in the top 20 and whatnot. Obviously, people going to check up on her now. But she was still in there as one of the most listened to songs in Dominica. So clearly people listening to her music and whatnot. And I guess the problem with us back home is we never really satisfied, yeah. We never really satisfied. We don't like saying it, but we never really satisfied. My mother called me when they released the lineup making noise. I tell her, let me tell you something, ma'am. Yes, it's World Car Music Festival, but if we want that festival to grow, even if we're 25 years, I think the festival still have a lot of growth. We have to tap into those markets there. We cannot just say we want to listen to Tabu Combo and Kassav, and we have these artists that have the ability to bring in. But a lot of people buy their tickets because Kelani performing in Girl Fest right
Mhm.
now. I know a lot of people buy their tickets to come to Girl Fest because she on the lineup now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I impressed. My friend, what you saying? What you saying?
Yeah, so me personally, I think it's a good move. Getting an artist like Kilani to come to Dominica to perform, I believe that's a door that's opening for Dominica in terms of access to artists. Because we have to think of it this way: a lot of these artists, they are friends. So if they have a good experience on the island, it might not be a performance the next time a big artist visits. It might be for vacation. But that word to go to the island might come from Kilani. Because usually the artists on island a day or two before they perform, I would hope that they give them at least some little experience with the island people. If they're there long enough, maybe take them to one of the sites or something. But it's one, as like Hadley was saying, we need to tap into that. And I back up that point because I realize, like, for example, look at Beyonce. And I'm not saying that Kilani is like at the same level as Beyonce in terms of her following, but she does have loyal fans. And Beyonce performs in different states. Her fans travel across state to see her. So Kilani coming down, and then eventually you might have other artists coming to the island, American artists coming to the island. That would prompt They are fans to buy tickets to check out the island, bring business to the island. So I think it's a good move. I like Kelani's music too, so I will definitely be enjoying the show myself.
My partner say he like kill anybody here. It's Chris Brown they're trying to get, and and Chris Brown say he couldn't make it, so they're checking. All right, they'll check Kilani, but that's okay. It's okay. I don't
That's fine.
I don't know how we can
I
afford
mean,
Chris Brown, but I don't know.
yeah.
I don't
I
know my
I mean,
but
I mean, we regular season ticket might be 1,200.
boy, telling you much less for the other thing we're gonna touch on in a little while. But so now
Oh
some of the other artists now
no,
that
but
they have on
let me say
the lineup.
one more thing about the whole opportunity that we have with Kalani. I would hope that DFC sees more than just a Kelani performance in Kelani coming to Dominica, but also as Mafan said, take her around, side see, and some type of arrangement can be made where she can, I mean, obviously put some extra money there, but some type of arrangement can be made where she can use her social media platform
Yeah,
to help us with promotion, not just the
Hmm.
yeah,
festival, but the country in
Hmm.
general.
yeah.
These
Hmm.
people are always fascinated when they come down to Dominica. But if we tap into them and say, hey, let's sit down and talk, and we're really looking to promote our country and our festival and whatnot. We're looking for an artist that we can, an ambassador or something like that.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
Hmm. I agree.
I mean, we have artists in Dominica that are ambassadors there. I don't see them promoting us like how she might if we get the
True.
opportunity to.
True.
So
Yeah.
And
I mean,
touching on Hadley's point, look at the Bailey sisters. They went to St. Lucia once and they've constantly gone back to St. Lucia. So
yeah.
imagine if that happens with us, you know?
yeah, they brought
And
them down
and
once, and now they're going back on their own.
Yeah.
Chloe be like Buyo, so she might be the next one to bring down.
What you mean?
She posts triple K how many times on a social media. So
Exactly.
them kind of thing there, we have to take advantage of that, We have to take advantage of that.
I
But
think
the
I
other
think I had a conversation with a friend of mine. I wanted her to come on the show, but I'm not sure if she'll make it. I sent her the link, and she was wondering two things. The first thing she mentioned was she said it might be unfair to Kelani to come down to Dominica perform, and everybody stand up there watching her with their phone in her hand. And I tell her, you're always going to find that in festivals like that. That is the starstruck effect. You're going to have
Hmm.
some type of artist that it's not that people don't like her music, but because of how big the person is, you're going to find a lot of people just there with their phones. I don't know if you all looked at St. Kitts Music Festival. Aria
Mm.
Star performance was one of the best performances at the festival, and most of the crowd was just taking in the performance.
sometimes
You know,
sometimes that's okay, That's
yeah,
okay.
because it's not every music that is jump and wave.
Yeah.
It's not every music that is jump and wave, and her type of music is really music where you can hold your significant order and dance, or you can just be starstruck. What is wrong with being
Hmm.
starstruck and
And
whatnot?
Jano, we have plenty jump and wave on the lineup. I mean,
We have.
to be honest, I one of the things I like the most about the lineup this year is that we have pretty much all of our popular,
Hmm.
artists, right? Booyah artists that are doing well, now, including, some of the ones with not so much music, but at least they have, a couple songs that buzz in and so I don't really know what the mindset is in terms of how they're gonna have them perform. Everybody might not have their own set. It might be a bouillon segment or
Nah.
whatever they want to do it.
Hmm.
But either
The
way,
big bands like Triple K will stand alone, ASA
right?
will stand alone, WCK Signal will stand alone. You will find Ridge the way Ridge does his performance. While Ridge is a standalone, but Ridge will bring on Pudas
Yeah, right.
and and his fellas,
I
and
myself know
then
who I looking forward to see. This your boy
right,
Bobby Fee.
Mister like that,
Mister like that.
yeah, and then you will maybe see Fifi and the others with Taffy and whatnot. That so
Yeah,
Fifi might maybe sing three songs, you
yeah,
know, but it's almost like creating like a Booyah All Stars type vibe.
yeah. But
Everybody
I like
come and
that, man.
sing.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
The only thing I would say if I had to give any critique to the lineup, one person I want, and I don't know, maybe they try and they couldn't get him. But I've never seen Nasio Fountain perform live, and I would love to see it.
Well, sorry you missed that.
Boy, I miss that. Like the only thing I would just love, if you see that was there, that would just make it like rounded. But I find it
I
the lineup was very solid. Let me go through some of the artists. So they have Bungie Garlin and Faye and Lions. They have Rio, Elisha Benoit. They have, let me see
all
who
what
else.
that day, you know.
Yeah, Elisha Benoit been in there, I mean, since long time.
So all the musical albums.
Yeah, man. Let me
That's
see.
Elisha.
They have Ecstasy. They have Ezra the Fun Machine. They have Kassav. They have Trilogy. Michael Henderson. Nice. Shelly and the Signal Band. Tiwa Savage, which is a good artist as well, right? They have, let me see who else. Let me see who else. So I think that might be Friday night. Or no, that's night three. Night two, they have the world boss himself. Well, I don't know. He might have to
Which
fight for
which
that title.
which which
He
one?
might, he might have to fight for that title before a partner.
Which
I'm
which
scared.
one? How it depends on how it depends on how it's spelled in
What
there.
what
The
is who call us
original one.
who call us a world boss first? Eh?
No
The
worry that
original
no
one.
or PM no you're not man, you mad man. No
They
come
have
Dominican
Cartel.
yourself old boss boy.
They have the Bantan himself, Asa. They have Gordon Henderson, who's been a guest on Talk the Thing. DJ MJ
Yeah.
anyway. Ebony Empress. Your boy, your Bobby, Fifi. Mr. Like that. First Serenade. Jigsaw. Joey Dirt Filet, which is a big artist. Kenny G. Kess. Linford John. Boy, little boy. Boy, look, people. Ophelia.
One.
Dirty Dog Pudders. Kwan. Ridge. Rui. Shanika. Spice. CK. Boy, look, people. I don't know where they're gonna find. But that we might finish about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Eh? They were doing
25
that.
and 25, my brother. I'm to you.
25 and 25. That, and I didn't even touch. Okay, so now they have Burning Flames, Gills, Harley Boat,
As long as Bubai don't come and
Groovers,
dress, if it's
No
dress.
Look, Oswald, Romain Virgo, which is another artist that I personally am looking forward to seeing a lot. What I would love is to see. I wish they'd bring Chris Martin back and the two of them could perform together because they would have good
Oh
chemistry
yeah. Yeah,
together.
yeah.
But anyway, you can ask for everything. Steel Pulse, which is a big band, boy. Triple K International, you know. So they have so many artists, so many artists. So with that said, now the topic now, I guess we can go into. We talk about the artists a little bit, but so over the last, what is it, 2 weeks or so, we got a statement from Radiance Productions, Next Connect, and they had said that they will not be, doing the VIP. And you guys can look up the statement yourself. I don't have to go over all the reasons that they stated.
All right.
But about 10 days later, we receive another press release saying that they are doing it. And then tickets would be available, VIP tickets would be available. And boy, that has stirred up a lot of quote unquote controversy in the place because now I guess the website that they were using was, I don't want to say malfunctioning, at least it just wasn't working as it was
My
supposed
brother,
to,
that's a
apparently.
malfunction.
I don't know now because some people saying it's not a malfunction, some people saying
Just
allegedly,
just
the people
deliberate.
the people like chaos. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. I just saying. But
Well, this
apparently some people were able to get
front
tickets
of the thing, you know.
earlier than the time, right? That was a lot originally stated. And then some people said that they were on the site from the time that was stated and waiting in the line, to buy a ticket. The thing never allowed them to check out. So a lot of people, seem to be a little bit disgruntled about the ticket situation. So what all you fellas think about that whole situation?
Well, me personally, I was on it at 10 sharp. It was going through, and then it for some reason while I was about to pay, when it quote unquote processed the payment, it asked me to verify my email. I was able to get back into the site using the original link, and I was still charged twice, but I got the tickets. So there was an option to message them directly on the site. So I messaged them. I'm just waiting for a response, but I got I got my tickets
So
thankfully.
you, so what happened? You get two sets of tickets then?
No, I only got one set. If I had
But
gotten two sets of tickets, then I could probably, I don't know, resell the set that I didn't want, but I only got an email with one set of tickets. That's
yeah,
why I
well, if they
emailed them.
charge you twice, tell them give you another
And
set
you
of
were
tickets.
and you were charged twice.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
So
well,
if
malfunction,
I get
dude.
the tickets, if I get the tickets, it's okay. But if I don't get the tickets, then I'll take the refund for one.
nah, you get the tickets. For the people are watching from the website, we'll take two more tickets, whatever tickets they will. All right,
It was
because apparently right now
season pass.
them tickets there's gold.
Yeah, let me tell you about it.
So
Well, I don't know.
I see people saying just say it as it is a malfunction. Well,
But yeah,
I
but
don't
that's
know,
what
man.
it is, bro. I think it was a malfunction. I am listen. I am hoping that it was a malfunction and it wasn't deliberate chaos that was being created.
I don't know, bro. I'm just saying
You
what
understand?
what the
No, no,
mass
that's what I'm saying. Because some
masses.
people saying is a malfunction, and some people say no, it's chaos and whatnot. Because I thought it was chaos. It wasn't organized chaos, but I thought it was chaos because it to me what I saw on the site was early birds came out, and I understood, like you said, some people got it earlier than the time,
Mhm.
but then early birds were sold out, and then early birds came back.
At one point, I think they said they had like on the site you had early bird and tier one available at the same
You're
time.
right. You had them available at the same time, and I think that's kind of, let's hope it doesn't malfunction again. But I think that was kind of messed up because there were people who were on the site that didn't realize that the early birds were actually active. I
Mhm.
think that I think that if the early birds are no longer available, we shouldn't even see it there. You
Well, yeah,
know, we
I
shouldn't
agree with
even
that. I agree
we
with that.
shouldn't
I
even
agree with
see
that.
it there. If early birds done, it's done. You know, why
I
is it
think
still on the website? Just for you to say, just for you to put your little sold out sign to feel good about yourself. It
yeah,
was
but
confusing. I know.
one thing somebody told me though was when they went on the site, so they selected PVIP, right? For example. But when they went to checkout, it checked out as VVIP. So the person was telling me they don't understand why because they know for sure they pretty much they selected PVIP. No, VVIP was more expensive. No,
Right.
and you have to remember when maybe in the rush of trying to secure the tickets, the person maybe not even really looking,
Yeah.
to like really look at how much the tickets costing and stuff like that. So I think I heard that the organizers had reached out and just trying to figure out if most people got the tickets they wanted or something like that. But either way, I think they said that there are a couple more tiers that has to come out of tickets and all that stuff. But I would say the two things I would say. One is the tickets, the VIP tickets, and I understand this year might have been a little bit different because the we didn't have because we didn't have you had that whole next connect and radiance kind of scenario. But normally, I don't see any reason why the regular tickets and the VIP tickets can't come out at the same time.
Yeah, they
You know,
can. They should be able to.
I don't see any reason why not. And
Yeah.
then
Um,
This is exactly why they were not sure. So I guess we can give them
and
a
then
pass
and
on
then
that part.
and then the other thing I will say is I've never been an organizer, so I don't want to speak with no authority on this stuff, but I'm sure that there are websites that are a lot more reliable than the website that we're using because this is not the first year they're using this website, and we've had issues with this website before. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think
was.
I think it's trying to circumvent the American tax market, the American tax system.
but
I
didn't
think these
weren't they
websites are,
charging VAT on those tickets?
yeah, but that's VAT, that's Dominica,
But
that's
if you're buying a ticket online,
I'm pretty sure it would maybe be more, and then remember the American tax system going to hit you harder because you are organized. They're going to ask you for tax ID information and all that because
Hmm.
you're going to
Hmm.
set up as an organizer, as a business. I'm not saying that Next Connect isn't set up as a business in the United States because I think they are based here.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Next Connect is the one selling the tickets.
I
No,
don't
but
think
they
so. I think they're
is
just
who
using the
is
platform.
right. They're using the platform, but is tax still have to collect some way somehow. You know.
Yeah,
And
but
then
then
something
So
somebody just told me was they had verified the evening before, right, to make sure that it didn't go through that. That's something my friend said. But when the person went to check out, it made them re-verify again.
yeah, that's what it did to me.
Yeah.
But
So I mean,
I
it's
don't
lessons learned. Just learn on
I
it.
for
don't know. I think
on
my
What happened?
issue with
My friend, are you
oh,
saying my
go
friend?
ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna make a small point on Hadley's point where he says he believes it's for chaos. I would have to kind of disagree because if the website is not like a large website who has like a bunch of servers, then it's not a situation where they can handle high traffic. So, and I learned this because of guys I work with in IT and stuff. So it's based on whoever owns the website. If they don't put in the money to ramp up the amount of servers they have for that period of like when they're selling the tickets,
Mm-hmm.
then the site could crash and malfunctions could happen. So most likely that's maybe what happened. So I don't believe it
I
was
don't
for
think
chaos.
I don't think it was. I don't think. Let me correct you. I didn't say that. I think it was for chaos. I think because of how it organized, it kind of came out as chaos. I don't think it was deliberate to cause anything,
Yeah.
but I think it because of how it was set, it created that chaos that people can now talk about. But my issue with the VIP thing, and people might say I might be wrong. I'm trying to see what is the reason behind all of those tiers. Because it's not to say
Hmm.
your tickets out from 6 months ago.
Hmm.
It's not to say your tickets out. Let me not say 6 months. Let's say 2 months ago your tickets out. And you're telling them tier one is going to be from that date to that date. And then I never show up to buy my tier one ticket. And then when that date pass, I check in, boy, I have to pay no, I have to pay more right now. Like you
Yeah.
basically telling me, I can understand the whole idea of early birds running out in the first hour, in the first 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hmm.
but to give me tier one, and then you telling me you put in an ad saying tier two tickets available soon, like as if tier two tickets cheaper.
Well, I get to that point that you just made there. I want to comment on that because I saw a post from somebody that was shared on WhatsApp. I didn't see it on Facebook, but I assume it was on Facebook. And one of the comments the person was talking about was they wanted a justification as to why the VIP was more expensive. And to me,
Hmm.
that is complete BS. That's just my opinion. Because if you go onto the website and the thing too expensive for you, leave them people VIP rate is simple as that.
Facts.
Yep.
Yes. But
If you
that's not where I
no, no,
was
not
going
you,
though.
not you. I'm just saying you made that comment and you talk about the price. So once you say about price, that just pop in my mind. So I just wanted to make
Yeah, but
that
don't make
point.
my thunder foot go, But where I was going with that is okay, early bird, early bird what?
Catch the
Catch the
worm.
worm.
Catch the first worm. Right, cool. So I
The
can
first,
understand
the first worm. They don't say the first worm. They say the worm.
or whatever. No, but the other birds can catch worms too. They maybe just not as healthy as the first set of worms. Yeah, right. So I can understand, okay, we have a limited amount of early birds. Let's say we have 200 early bird tickets, and then after
Hmm.
we go into tier one, right? And then closer to the festival, we are tier two. But to put tier one out, and then for sections of tier one to be sold out already on the same day, to the point where you have to be talking about tier two coming soon. And there's no benefit in me buying a tier two ticket, right?
Hmm.
Like I said, I would totally understand if we had tickets out 2 months ago. Our website was live and we told you all that we're going to have um
A time frame.
a time frame, but there's no time frame. So basically, you're just dictating when we no longer want to make 521, which is I think that is what tier one goes for right now, 500 and some 20 something US dollars, because I think
Mhm.
early bird was $502 or something like that US. We're talking. So you just basically figure out, you know what? The website busy, it crashing, so that means more people come. Let's just sell the ticket, the same ticket now, for more money in such a short space of time. You know, and I
Yeah.
think that to me is a little disingenuous because there is no reason, there was no stipulation set where people can now understand why the ticket's getting more expensive in such a short space of time.
But we don't
Yeah,
know.
making
We're not sure
sense.
how much tier two is, right? They haven't said.
But tier two
No.
not gonna be cheaper than tier one,
Yeah,
can
it's
it?
gonna be more expensive. Yeah. I
For,
mean,
but
I hope it's not like way more. I mean, then again, like I say,
I
if
mean,
they think if it's too much money, leave it where it is.
I
You know,
believe at adding a tier system to your tickets, you have to give people time, right?
Hmm.
And you have to let people understand this is why you are buying a tier two ticket right now, is because you didn't purchase your tier one within the past
Early.
2 weeks,
Hmm.
within
within
the
the
time,
past
yeah.
2 weeks.
But also, I think if you're gonna do all of these tiers and all these different things, you have to make sure the infrastructure you're using is working, right? Because you telling people
Yeah.
that even if let's say right the time frame was 1 hour, right? So 10 o'clock on Tuesday, early bird tickets will only be available between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Then everybody will understand that, right? Now, in many instances, what has happened in the past on certain things is that if they have a certain amount of tickets and they obviously want to sell the tickets for more money, what they will do is they will limit, the amount of tickets, right? Um, so they'll say, let's say 200 tickets are available at early bird price or whatever for an hour.
Hmm.
But we don't even know. None of that information put out there. I
Right.
believe
Right.
you can add a number or you can give a time frame to
I,
justify why the price is going up.
I remember when I was last time I was at the festival when that was when Burna Boy was there. Well, was when he was supposed to perform, and he didn't show up on the Saturday, and they had him perform on the Sunday. Bro, that VIP was like a zoo. That VIP because they basically honored people's tickets, right? That was there the Saturday
Hmm.
night to come on the Sunday, and that VIP was a zoo. And to me, the whole point of VIP is supposed to be a bit of exclusivity, a bit of you have space to breathe. You can have people like jam pack, like like you in Gen Pop. In my opinion, you know,
Question: can you buy individual VIP tickets?
I don't think so. I didn't see that.
I get
I think when you buy once you buy it, you buy in the season package.
The package, yeah. That's how I saw it too.
Because somebody
so.
told
I
me they were
guess
trying to buy Friday and Saturday, but they couldn't, so they had to basically buy the whole thing.
so. I'm guessing that what you just explained about the whole Burna Boy thing. I guess at that time people bought single night VIP tickets.
Maybe,
Is that what? Is that
I
what you're
think that
saying?
I think that with that year they might have been selling it um like a season and also by individual nights as well. Because some people like when Burna Boy was coming, I know a lot of people bought tickets just for the festival in general, only for the Saturday night, because like Burna Boy they wanted to see.
Right.
And then Burna Boy didn't show up and now the festival basically decided to award, you know, tickets, not just the VIP, but also general admission tickets to a bunch of people. So, but either way, I think the idea is fine, but I think we need to work on the infrastructure. And like Mafan say, if we're gonna be using a website and we're telling people to come there at 10 o'clock, we have to be ready for traffic.
Yeah.
Because
At least pay for the extra server space.
we cannot be saying
To
that we have a world Creole music festival and we cannot handle some people buying some tickets now. Come on now.
yeah.
And the thing is, we have to think, right? If we are marketing this festival or we want people to come from all around the world, we cannot treat it as if we cannot take it for granted and just act like, well, it's Dominicans alone. So if they're not gonna take it tier one, they'll just buy one tier two one. Because just imagine if you had from somebody that wanted to come to the festival and you tell them, all right, this is VIP ticket you're gonna get. Go on the website at 10 o'clock on such and such day. And they go there and that kind of chaos happening. That it just not it just kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth. So you
Yeah.
have to work on that. You have to work on that.
I
In
still
my
think I still think apart from when DFC goes to St. Lucia and Martinique and maybe Antigua or St. Martin, I still think the festival is being marketed to Dominicans. Yeah, I still
I
think
feel so too.
a lot of the events like for Carnival, Creole Festival, and Jazz and Creole, I think we market those things heavily to Dominicans for Dominicans to come back. I think we are for some strange reason. I just believe that we're doing that for other Dominicans to come home and whatnot. So I think we also need to look at who we are marketing
Yep.
the festival to, or the events in general to. You
Yep.
know, and
My people, what
you
all you think now? What all you think? Put all the comments in the chat. I want to know what all you think about that whole ticket business there and VIP and all that kind of thing. You know,
but I think it will work out. I gotta say something. I haven't been to Creole Festival since 2011.
I
My
don't think
last
I don't think Crave Festival miss you, know.
No, I don't miss it because my event during the independence season used to be Curl in the Park, my brother.
Ah,
That was my stuff. That was my event. Curl Fest was sometimes I if I play in or if I sometimes I understand I fall asleep and things like that. But my event has always been Curl in the Park. But I haven't been to Curl Fest since I've been to Carnival multiple times, but not Curl Fest. So
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it
So
should be fun, man.
I looking forward to it. I think the festival I think going to be a good show. Our local artists, I am very happy that a lot more of our local acts are on there. And it's not big. I don't believe a lot of people I hear people saying that Marva just book everybody. I don't think it's that. I think the artists have put in enough work
Mava do a damn
to
good job. Good job.
to earn a spot on the festival, whether it's nasty business
Mhm.
Bro,
or whatever. I think all the artists on the festival has done exceptionally well to earn this space, and I have to give respect to Marva. Marva
yep.
has been the person at DFC that every single musician or artist in Dominica will tell you that is the person we like to deal with when you see we enter that office. Marva. And she is finally in the position that a lot of people wanted to see her in. And she is doing a damn good job
Yeah.
at it. She is doing a very, very good job. And respect to Marva. I hit her up a couple times. She has responded about her interest of being coming and talk the thing. But right now, can't get Marva to come and talk the thing. No. So eventually, hopefully, she comes up. But she really doing she really doing the work, yeah. So I have to give her respect. Respect Marva
Yeah,
Williams.
man. I think we have this mindset of wanting other people to big up our thing before we big it up. These people, every single person on that list has traveled to perform in another Caribbean country, or some of them even to the States
And
and
some of
other
them all know
places.
so them man maybe trying to catch a flight to go back home from Antigua Carnival, from
Exactly.
Barbados
So
Carnival.
why is it that people can book our artists in every other country, but we don't want to book them on our festival? You know what I'm saying? No, we should encourage, and a man should be able to stand up in the crowd and say, boy, if I take the music serious, this is where I can end up. Imagine you
Yeah.
you wanna line up with Cartel, you know, Kelani, Kess. You know what I'm saying? Them kind of thing there. I watch Signal and them sit down in a Signal and Trailer. I mean, not Signal, but Sheldon and Trilogy sit down in a lineup with big artists, going to St. Kitts Festival. So why is it that people have to work 5, 10, 15 years for them to reach on Career Festival stage? Shout out to Marva. I think them people deserve their chance. They deserve the right to. And Dominicans enjoying their music. So why don't we get them on the big stage?
Yeah. I think the only thing I would ask DFC to do a better job at with our local artists is one, when they perform, and two, what exposure do they get to, or what opportunity do they get to mingle with artists coming in. I don't want to call them international artists because our artist is international artists too. So
Yeah.
I cannot, you understand? But with the guest artists, then the foreign artists coming in, I really wish that DFC would place more emphasis on getting our local artists to be in the same spaces with those artists. And it could simply be at the launch interview where you make sure these people meet each other, or backstage where you get them to interact with each other, because like too many times, like you have our local artists stand up outside the gate to enter Creole Fest with their big badge on their neck. They have to drive their vehicle to the festival. I think we need to put our artists in a space where even if they don't sleep in at the hotel, but let's have our bands come spend the day at the hotel, and come be driven to the festival, and let them, even if they're home, let them feel like as if they are artists, the artists. Because when
Hmm.
the man overseas, let me tell you, it's about the red carpet, it's about police escort, it's about people clearing the way for the man to get to where they go in. You understand? Fellas
Yeah.
being picked up in high ride and thing in Little Antigua just there last weekend, over the weekend there. And then
Yeah.
our artists have to call the bus driver that they will normally call to drop them to do a gig in Porsche. They have to call him to pick them up, to drop them. So I
Mm.
think we should do a better job. And also for the local bands, for the bands who kind of, let's say, close the festival, make sure the media houses stay to interview them fellas after their performance.
Yeah, man.
A lot of the
Mhm.
media houses closed down
Emo.
because it's 4 o'clock. I'm always saying, yeah. But a lot of the media houses
Where,
closing down
where
because
Emo?
Daybreak and Triple K.
Where Mr.
No.
Licks? Mr. Licks
A
was
lot of the
you
media
Licks was saying
houses, yeah, a lot of the media houses closed down when because Triple K playing last, so they don't need to interview
mm,
Triple K. So they shut down. And when Triple K go off stage, all that there is maybe the road crew for the band and nobody to interview them and whatnot. And I
I
think they
want to
deserve
see.
that.
I want to see what the one thing I want to see from the festival, I would say, is just tighter controls. Meaning when an artist is
Time.
done, yeah, the time. To me, there's always been a lull, a long time between the artists performing. And when you have so many artists, you need to be kind of tighter with that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't watch it, you'll be in that festival till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you have to think about that, But at
But
the
is
same
is
time,
is
I
resources,
understand why
for all that.
25 and 25. So with that said, no, I saw a bulletin about new flights to Dominica, and I think it says, let me see what it says here.
I send it to you in the group chat, I send a graphic
Yeah.
for you.
It says United, well, tourism boost. I don't know if it's gonna be United, but you have United plane in the thing. And it says new flights to Dominica coming soon from Toronto, Atlanta, and St. Thomas. Huh, no one say Kishaman, St. Thomas. So,
No more say Papa, no more say Papa, man.
so what, boy? I don't want to make this thing political, but I have to wonder what was preventing us from doing all them thing the whole time, no? From getting more flights. We're going on. Now we have the airport coming. We now we're getting more flights. Or we're just trying to gradually bring it up. If anybody knows, people can tell me in the comments. Maybe I just don't know.
Might be a combination of both or something else.
Because right now, I know, right now, the people in St. Thomas is a struggle to go down again.
And then the Caribbean.
Yeah. People have
But
told
I
me that they
think,
had to go
but
all the way
but
to Miami to go down from St.
yeah,
Thomas.
I think in general it is it's been a struggle to get to Dominica from anywhere. I tell you, and it's long that shit need to fix. I remember traveling back in the day from Martinique to Guadeloupe on Air France.
Hmm.
From Martinique to Guadeloupe on Air France. Flying over Dominica on a big plane from Martinique. That's how easy the French people have the ability to move throughout that's very same region that we living in. They can just dig out and catch a flight from Guadeloupe to Saint Martin or to even French Guyana, and everybody else struggling to get to Dominica. So um I guess we're ramping up the flights and letting them get used to the route.
Hmm.
So when the airport, I guess, I mean, our airport 40% come 40% on time and on schedule. You
On
check
budget and on schedule. So
on
now,
budget, on schedule. So
but
come
the
on,
question I have is why these flights so expensive, bro? Like even these flights going from Miami to Dominica or Jersey to Dominica, these flights are stupid expensive.
they're expensive because we don't really have a choice. We will pay it because we want to go home, and they know that.
Yeah.
That's
So
just it. It
again,
don't have another explanation for that.
the argument I've always had when it comes to that is you have to know who you marketing to, right?
Mhm.
And you have to kind of know what are you competing against. And I always say, if anybody who has never been to Dominica, I'm not talking about people with ties, so not somebody that know me, know my fan, know you. I don't want somebody just go online and say, boy, I want to go somewhere in the Caribbean, somewhere that I've
Like
never heard of,
stick a pin in the globe, and
right?
it happened to be
And go to
Dominica.
Dominica. And the person figure, boy, all right, let me go to Dominica, right? But when the person look at the flight and look at the flight costing $2,000 from Miami, $1,700 from from Newark, you know, and that $1,700 bring the person to Barbados, it may be paying for the hotel for 2 or 3 nights. It may be giving them a rental,
Going
you
to
know,
some big fete.
you know what I'm saying? Like you have to think about all these things. So we have to figure out a way for us to make it a little bit more affordable. I don't know what that means. I'm not involved in that industry, but just the bottom line is you're competing with and then even countries that didn't have airports, like St. Vincent, just build the airport. St. Vincent have Sandals. Now I hear they have another big resort that they're building. I mean, Sandals cost upwards of 10,000, 15,000 US dollars a night. Not in St. Vincent. So it's not to say is people that don't have money going there. And then when you go to some of the other Caribbean countries and you see what we have to offer in Dominica compared to what we actually exposing the world to. I mean, it's a catch-22 because a lot of us, what we love about going back home is the fact that Dominica is untouched and we could be free and them kind of thing. But the
Yeah.
price of development comes sometimes you have to give up some of those things, for better development. So, I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
just my
I
opinion.
for me, I think that will only change when, and I want to say when because I believe I want it to happen. So I'm gonna say when the airport is finished and there is maybe more competition. Like let's say you have a JetBlue coming to Dominica, or you have a, a Spirit, coming to Dominica and whatnot. I think that is when it will change. I think even with United and just United, and I think we need a third major carrier
I think I
coming
saw
into
Spirit. I think I saw
I
something
mean,
today say Spirit gonna start going to, I think,
Antigua. I think
a couple new Caribbean location. I think Cayman Islands and Antigua or something like that.
yeah. I think if
But
we have a third carrier coupled with a third major carrier coupled with what we have like Caribbean Airlines, Win Air, and I don't know, you have too late now, you fellas. Anyways,
what? What is that?
but that too late
you
now,
see
my
that too
brother.
late.
Truly, what is that?
Yeah, Liat now, my brother. Liat
I
Airline.
would have
Liat,
two.
Liat operating now?
Yes, my brother. You'd have Liat 20 and you'd have Liat Air. I don't know if
Damn.
they
I didn't know
merged,
that
but
now.
Liat 20 was Antigua based, and now I see about a Liat Air
Mm.
going around. So I guess you have to look into that. But yeah, man, I feel like we need another major carrier. I feel like them people checking, people going to pay for them flights anyways. People want to go home. It's carnival time, it's independence time, it's jazz and
I don't
creole.
know. I don't know,
People
bro.
will go. But I mean, look at things. Think of a very good flight. Although we have to maybe spend a few hours on in Trinidad. That that flight
Caribbean
from New York,
Airlines.
Caribbean Airlines, that I think that's a very reasonable price. That was under six hundred
Yeah.
dollars.
But again, you have to think because, like, my, my friend was just telling me, They go into, and again, you can't compare Dominica with all these big countries and all that stuff, but just just keep it in perspective, right? They go into Ghana in December. They go into Ghana for 10 days. It costs them about 3,800 US. The flight, accommodation, food, 3,800 US dollars.
Yeah.
And before you jump on a plane to go Dominica, you spend 2 grand already, easy.
Yeah, man. Amen.
So we have to remember what we're competing with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that things gonna be just overnight good, because St. Lucia, these places, it took them a while to get to where they at. But and then also we have to figure out how are we going to allow the more of these things are happening, so more flights we start getting, all these different things. How are the local people going to benefit from that? So what businesses can they open? What can they do to
Jobs are
benefit
created.
from? Yeah, what kind of jobs are these things gonna create? For people. Mafan, what are you
Yeah,
saying? You,
but
you haven't said much.
I believe on the point of the increase of the flights to the island, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they extended the runway
Yeah,
within the last 2 or 3 years. So
yeah,
that could be part of the reason why there's an increase in flights coming in. Also, it could also be that since United did that straight flight from Newark, it could also be that they notice the traffic, the other airlines notice that there's a lot of traffic, especially like usually when you search for a flight, most people might not know, but the sites track to see what flights are being searched up. And I imagine that a lot of people were searching for flights to go down for first time, carnival time. So there might have been that influx of searching for flights, which prompted the airlines to be like, okay, if you have a plane that can land on this runway, you should probably try to incorporate a flight and see how profitable it is. Because we have noticed Carnival has gotten bigger every year. So sure, before I believe people from Guadeloupe would come, people from Martinique, but now you have Lucian's going to Dominica for Carnival, Trini's going to Dominica for Carnival, Bajan's going to Dominica for Carnival. So all this, the influx of people searching for flights, that could be part of the reason why we have more flights going to Dominica right now. But I agree with all your other points as far as it being hard to get to Dominica or expensive to get to Dominica. But like doing close with, it'll take us a little while, but we have to see the steps taking place to get to where, let's say, St. Lucia is right now. So we
yeah,
have to see initial steps being taken towards the direction so we can see a boost in flights going to the island. And then we also have to, it does have to be us, it could be locals, it could be the government, but somebody has to figure out a way that when these people come to the island, how can we make them feel welcome while boosting our economy and creating jobs for the people on the island who actually want good paying jobs? So yeah, I just agree with your points.
yeah, man. And then talking about going to
Um,
Dominica now, so controversial topic, fellas. They say no more tint on them transport.
Fishbowl fellas gonna drive
Boy,
in the
you
commercial
bad.
there.
No more tint. So I want to know the renter stop putting tint already or what?
Ooh,
Boy,
wait, hold on,
I see a partner in
hold on.
DA, a very popular social media personality
What is it, my friend?
driving a fish.
One moment. Well, as just to go back, when you mentioned Nasio Fountain, apparently his page just posted something on Facebook that he'll be performing in California on
Oh
the
yeah,
28th of August of this year. So that's
Nasio?
good. Yeah.
Boy. Let me go and
On
see if I get
Nasio
that.
Fountain,
Talking
on
talking
Nasio
about
Fountain official. That's the page.
talking about talking about I haven't seen Nasio. Let me see where in California. Guy, go look for a flight. No, no, no. We're going to see Nasio perform now. But we're in California. California, a big state,
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. While you're looking at that, I think, boy, the problem we really have is stay over tourists, and we need to get these people to come. But if they come and they didn't get anything to keep them there. Like back in the day, we used to advertise nature. That was all we used to advertise to people. Come and hike and come and go to our forest and I think right now we need to tap into a different type of visitor because look at that for example. I know of multiple people who've been to Dominica for carnival at least last year who have been to other carnivals like Trinidad for example, which we have carnival together with Trinidad. And I know of a lot of people who are influencers in their own little capacity, whether on Instagram, who said that Dominica can take their money every carnival now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dominica can take their money every carnival now because they just like the vibe. It's not that Trinidad carnival isn't good. Trinidad is the mecca of carnival, and we all know that and we respect that and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of people like what we have to offer as a carnival, as a country for our carnival product getting better. But again, how do we get these people in without them having to go back to Melvin Hall or to get their suitcase?
Hmm.
How do we get these people to leave the country and their suitcase leave with them? I know, like
So not,
recently,
what do you want is their wallet. Make them spend money in the
yeah,
place.
it's right. Well, we want them to go back with their clothes and things. Their money, we want them to stay, to live. So we need to find a way to also get people to stay over outside of the seasons too. Because or else we're just
Mm-hmm.
going to have airlines bragging about new flights when is a season. If you look at
Yeah.
St. Martin, for example, St. Martin is maybe one of the Caribbean countries that thriving in and out of season when it comes to tourism.
Mm-hmm.
Even when tourism season closed in St. Martin, the place have flights coming in steady. You may not get to go to the bar you went to last time because you didn't come this time in season, but you will find something to do. On a
Yeah.
Monday, you will
Yeah.
find somewhere to go in St. Martin. On a Tuesday, midweek, Wednesday, if you want to just unwind, you will find something. So we need to find nightlife is something that we need to look at. You
I
know,
think the nightlife thing, like I saw. So talking about that, you were talking a little bit about breakfast fit before we came on, and one of the things I saw that was being advertised was taxi from Granby. From Granby, which I believe is a very very good initiative. I think that
Mm-hmm.
in terms of nightlife, I think that's maybe what kills the nightlife the most. The fact that people who do not drive cannot stay in town.
Yeah.
And even if you're driving, you're not going to really go in a bar and spend money and drink because you have to
yeah,
drive.
because you're driving. Yeah,
So the objective should be to try to create a system where you have taxis, you have people that can drop people, you know what I'm saying? And then people will stay and hang around town, and bars and stuff will feel like they can open and stay open and stuff because there are people around. But if a man open a bar and, you know, every time you open the bar, unless if you have like a karaoke or you have something, or if you're not fest, the place dread, then you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to
but
make
but
money.
but but Dwayne, stop right there. That is what it is. Is Dominica is a seasonal place for them thing, and we need to find a way to make it more year round. We need to find a way to make Dominica a destination where somebody can say, I go to Dominica on vacation. I don't care if it's not breakfast fest weekend or if it's
Mm-hmm.
independent season. I want to and the easiest way to do that is to get people there, get them in and get them out with the least problem. And that is the trouble we have right now.
Yep,
Yeah.
access,
But
You
on
know,
access.
on on your
is
point,
access.
Hadley, about them traveling when it's not like tourist season. We have like I see Dean Vidal comment that the ecotourism thing can work, but it needs to be marketed properly. And I agree with that completely. The access is the first step that should be taken care of in terms of getting access to the island.
Oh,
But Dominica isn't marketed the way it should be because when I speak to people up here and I tell them what they could do in Dominica in terms of like hiking the beaches and stuff, a lot of people have never seen a beach with black sand.
yep,
And that's a normal thing we've seen in Miro all the time we
yep.
grew up going to Miro.
Yeah,
You
it's
check a
normal,
lot of
right?
people, yeah, a lot of people haven't seen certain waterfalls. They haven't seen like the Boiling Lake. A lot of people love hiking, a lot of people into fitness. That's a hike that most Dominicans might not do because it's a 6 hour hike. But people who into fitness and want to challenge themselves, they do the hike, and a lot of times you enjoy the hike.
Yep.
So I believe we have a lot of photographers either from Dominica or in Dominica. One guy is the by accident films guy. That guy is really, really good. We have other photographers around the island who are really good. They do wedding
Oh,
photos and stuff. I
Dean
believe
just
it would be,
Dean Vidal on here does some nice photography too.
yeah. So they're on
Drone shots
island,
of the West Coast.
right? So these are the people that whoever is responsible for marketing the island have to reach out to, employ, tell them you could challenge them, put it as a challenge. You challenge them to take good shots around the island, and you might end up taking clips from different people. You pay them for their work, and then you advertise it, you send it out. You have a marketing team. You pay to get this stuff advertised on in America, in Europe, in all those different islands, and before you know it, people will be looking for flights. The people that has the money to pay for the expensive flights, they'll take it because they'll be like, okay, I have the money, I'll take it either
Yeah,
way.
man. The
They'll
people
come,
who
and then
do
that money,
I
yeah,
think
that money
I think
coming
people
in
who
one
will
do
help
thing.
us.
people who do wellness, because I see Christiana just saying that wellness is a big market. People who do wellness and travel because of their mental health, and the money is not really the big thing. They target certain places. They, what I'm saying. So we have to think about them kind of thing. I was telling somebody
Yeah,
the other day, if you see me in Hawaii, I did not pay for it. I have no interest in going to Hawaii because the same black sand beach and the waterfall and all them thing. All I can go down there and see all
Yeah,
them
that's
thing.
indeed. Yeah. I think another
You know?
thing we missed on as well was our one and only Olympic gold medalist being more involved in the marketing of Dominica and the advertising. And what I think we missed. I thought we were really going to tap into. She's in America. One of those days, the
hmm
girl was at a Baltimore Ravens game. She was an honored guest at an NFL game. She is based in Maryland. Baltimore Ravens is in Maryland. She was honored there, and nobody. I didn't see her have any paraphernalia that says Dominica, like how we know that you are a supporter of West Indies, even if they don't stretch you out. Look, you have your West Indies out on your head.
Raleigh
You
from
understand?
West Indies.
You know, and I don't know if they have something planned, but so far I don't think we've done
Enough.
enough
Yeah.
with her.
hmm
I don't think we've done
I
enough
agree.
with her. I think St. Lucia has done quite a bit with Miss Alfred.
Julian.
I don't think we've done, and even if the way Alfred won her medal was a little bit more of a dramatic. I mean, fastest woman in the world, but at the end of the day, both of them have two gold medals,
Yep.
both of
Yep.
them from the Caribbean. You
Yep.
know,
All
and I don't think we did
all
well
all
enough.
all feet I have to say is I'm the longest jumper in the world.
Of course, yeah. You
Yeah.
know,
And
so
I
so
agree. I agree with you, man. Because
I really
not to
thought we
cut
were
you
going to
off.
do more. Yeah, man. I really thought we were going to
hmm
do more with that opportunity we had there.
Yeah.
But I
But
mean, it's
then
not too
had the
late.
um so as you mentioned, Julian, I remember seeing there was I guess it's a blog or TikTok or something. They interviewed a little girl, little child, maybe I would say maybe 5 or 6 in St. Lucia. And they asked her why is she proud to be St. Lucian, and she brought up Julian's name. She's like, we have Julian Alfred, she's the fastest woman in the world. And growing up, learning social studies in school, we know about all the prime ministers in the Caribbean and all those type of stuff. That historic moment where Fia won that gold medal, that needs to be added to our history books. That has to be something that has to be taught in school to the children. So growing up, that's something that will, be in the people. So
Yeah.
all those things is like island pride. And then not to go off
But
on
do
a
they do those
tangent,
things? Do they do those things anymore, boy, in school? Social studies, we knew all the prime
good
ministers,
question.
we knew we
Good
knew all
question.
the natural resources from every single country. We knew some of the most popular people, not just the politicians, you know?
hmm
I
Yeah.
do they teach those things anymore?
I'm not sure. I would you'd have to ask a primary school teacher. But then I think of oftentimes I think of Jamaica, and we have a lot of people in the Caribbean who come to the States have this thing where once you speak like in your normal dialect, people ask if you're Jamaican and some people get annoyed. But um we have some people think that Jamaicans think they're full of themselves and they make up the Caribbean. But thinking about it, I honestly think that Jamaicans are just really patriotic.
Yeah, man.
Anywhere a Jamaican go, you know they're from Jamaica. Dominicans are
And I
wrong,
love
and it's like, yeah, Dominicans are wrong. You go to an event in New York, in Florida, in Maryland, whatever, Dominicans are wrong. And it's like everybody just hiding. They don't really want you to know they're from the Caribbean. But Jamaicans, from the moment you spot them, you know they're from Jamaica. We have to have that patriotism in
I
us
don't
and
believe
express it
I
out
don't
here the
believe is
same
that
way.
we I don't believe is that we're not patriotic, I don't believe it's that, I think the problem we have is we like to conform.
Hmm.
We like
Hmm.
to we like to just mix with everything else, you know? And I think part of it comes from the fact that we as people, let's say not from Jamaica and Trinidad, which are the major Caribbean countries out there,
Yeah.
I think we what we did is we always supported. Like I live where I live right now, there's a lot of Jamaicans, and I always knock in heads with them because I always tell them, okay, recently I was watching cricket, ESPN Plus, and West Indies was playing. And I was excited because I think that was the time when the last test series against England when Ali Khan Hodge was batting, and they put on that 100 and something run partnership and whatnot. And I was so happy because there were two Dominicans in the wicket. And I was
Hmm.
telling my Jamaican partners, yeah, man, what are you so excited about? And then I telling them, man, well, I have two Dominicans. And to them, it was like whatever, because now you get two Dominicans on the lineup. We've been doing that. So it's not that people think Jamaicans are full of themselves. I think Jamaicans and Trinidadians generally, because of how big they are, and they have worked for it, so we cannot knock them for it. I think these are the two countries in the Caribbean that really don't know about the Caribbean,
Mm.
right?
True.
They really don't know about the Caribbean, you know? But they are well known outside of the Caribbean. So anybody that speaks with a dialect, everybody will say. So that is why you get people saying that Jamaicans are sometimes full of themselves and whatnot. When
Yeah.
Tia won the gold medal, I was excited. And I was
Yeah, man.
expecting my Jamaican friends to be excited too, because when Usain Bolt was running, the whole Caribbean was behind
Yep.
Usain Bolt. We didn't care that he was from Jamaica. But the rest of the
Well, you tend
Caribbean don't get
you tend to see that
the rest of the
with the small
Caribbean
islands, man.
don't get right. So it's not that we think that they're full of themselves. It's just that we feel a lot of other non-Jamaicans and Trinidadians feel like we have always supported these people. The entire Caribbean supports Marshall Montano
Hmm.
everywhere, you know. All the big artists from all over the entire Caribbean. I mean, a lot of these guys will tell you one of the festivals they love to perform the most in is World Curve Music Festival. We just bring down people when they have two songs, my brother.
Hmm.
Yep.
You check. So we
Hmm.
support, but the thing is, we don't get that support from them. And it creates
True.
some type of things where we feel like as if, they think they're better than us and whatnot. Because I want a Jamaican friend of mine to be happy with me when Tia win her gold medal, because I was happy
Hmm.
when Usain was bossing everybody ass.
Yeah, but I
Yep.
mean, at the
But
end of the
because we're
day,
not
we,
big,
we
you
can't
know,
we can't really compare with with Jamaica in terms of population and all them thing there. But we have to. We always talk about um just one Caribbean and all of that. I feel like because geographically Jamaica is kind of a little bit away from a lot of the other English speaking Caribbean countries. I feel like that's also a thing because Jamaica kind of aligns to me even closer to like Miami sometimes, like
I don't
Hmm.
than
think
the
it's, I don't think it's,
Caribbean.
I don't think it's geography with Jamaica. I think Jamaica has been putting in the work from day one.
Well,
I
yeah, I mean,
mean,
Jamaica has some
Bob
great
Marley, but you
exports,
don't have
right?
to say Bob Marley, you know.
Yeah,
You don't have
Jamaica.
to say Bob Marley,
I
you know.
don't discount the exports. I'm just saying,
You
that
know,
there are certain things Jamaica has done to put themselves on the map as well, right? So Bob Marley is one, yes, which is maybe Jamaica, not maybe, but definitely Jamaica's biggest export music.
hmm
But
to this day.
but
Yep.
athletics, sports, them kind of thing. Even when noticing how music changes the lives of so many young people, they've put it into schools, right? They've put music into schools and
Yeah.
these
Mhm.
type of things to
Yeah.
try to encourage more people to participate in these things. So we as smaller countries need to look at some of these things and look at what we can do to put our people on the map. That's why I don't have any problem bringing the discussion all the way back. That's why I don't have any problem with Marvel or anybody from the Festivals Commission putting on our young artists. What's the problem?
Mhm.
There's no
Mhm.
problem. Where else would these artists get to perform with some of the biggest artists in the world? Right. So I don't have no problem with
Well,
that.
well, the thing is, right now, is we don't really have a choice because we've always in Dominica, we've always forced our artists to become recognized outside first. A lot of our artists were recognized, especially those that came after. I mean, obviously, we talk about Asa multiple times already. We know Asa. Rich give us the whole story.
Mhm.
About where he was at the idea that, and Rich was in Dominica playing music for years before he became who he is right now. You know,
Mhm.
so I think the artists right now have put in so much work, like I said, that we don't have a choice but to deny them fellas because them man playing on big stage over there. Them man playing at Aqua Festival in Guadeloupe and Martinique. Look, them man just finished. Look, Triple K was on Tipsy. Reed was at Crop Over. When was the last time you ever hear? When did you ever hear of a Dominican artist going to Barbados for Carnival, my brother?
Boy, that whole carnival discussion, they may have to have a whole episode just on
Even
that because
even even Saint Lucia.
because I was just about to say, I mean, all the reports coming from St. Lucia is that Boo, you're basically running St. Lucia Carnival
But we eating up
up,
Antigua too.
up to the
Look,
point
look,
where Lucian's vex.
yeah. But Saint Martin people vex. Saint Martin people. I mean, Prime Minister Gaston Brown and his little feud with Asa. I mean, right now, this carnival just passed, just prove while we have enough respect for Burning Flames, 40 years in the business, respect to Burning Flames, while T and Winters will keep winning Groovy and Bouillon and Soca Monarch Crowns for the next maybe 5 or 6 more years. When you look at Carnival in Antigua, CK had a song that saying no CK no carnival, boy you mad, go Antigua, no Bouillon no carnival.
Yep.
I mean, everybody who was in Antigua, let's go. Triple K was in Antigua. Signal was in Antigua. Ridge, Asa, um, who else was there? Trilogy. Trilogy was in Antigua. Who else in Antigua? You know, Saint Martin. Look, Signal was in Saint Martin. Saber, Stacia. Our
Yeah, I'm not gonna,
bands
I'm not
basically,
going all over
your
the
music
place.
basically controlling carnivals around. And I think what we've done is we've brought a different element to carnivals, which is the live electric bands.
Yeah.
Is
Somebody
on
was
the is
telling me
getting a little
that
bit
they had that
more
in St. Lucia this year.
infectious.
Yeah.
Yeah. The live electric bands on the road. And I'm maybe eventually the soca bands will try it. I guess they don't want to, but I think that brings a totally different because carnival to me is live music.
Boy.
Carnival, I don't hear no DJ on the road,
Yeah. But
and I think yeah, we really doing good outside of Dominica.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. The next thing I just want to touch on before we go is coming up soon. I think is this weekend, right?
This weekend coming, Breakfast Fest.
Is Breakfast Fest this weekend?
Yeah.
Isn't it this weekend? Yeah, I think
Sunday.
so.
Yes, Breakfast Fest.
In
I have a
honor
word
of Sewing
of
Brown, may God rest his
showing Brown.
soul.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
R.I.P.
I
peace.
Bolo.
have one request for the people going to Granby. Remember that. Soul Cities, huh?
Badman place.
Madman place.
All right. And before you go and mash up our field, okay, make sure you take care of our field, okay. I see.
I have one request.
It's had what do you call it? It's had a poll for where people wanted it, and the poll won that they wanted it done by this
And,
Geneva playing field.
and that stadium though, that field though small, eh?
But that field is huge. But in terms of how they're gonna set it up, I'll be interested to see that.
He
Where
dropped
they're
some
gonna put the
photos
stage
though.
and all that.
He
Yeah, I
dropped
saw
some
that.
photos. I don't know
I
if you
saw he
can check
dropped
his
some photos,
IG.
but I don't know if they were just kind of setting up and they're gonna kind of put things in place. But yeah,
Well, things looking like they're already in place. So
this
what I
is
looking
nine
at
years.
is,
This is 9 years of breakfast pet, I think. It
yeah.
says, yeah,
The only request I have is for people to be safe on the road.
yeah, man.
Please.
Yeah.
There's been some improvements done to the road, yes, but the road is not straight. It
I
wasn't
saw
made
some.
straight. It's not straight. You
I
know?
saw some. I saw some
So
things. So I saw somebody put on WhatsApp. I know that I don't know if that's true. So don't quote me on it. But I think they said they're gonna open up both sections of the road, um, from between Bellevue and Pichley. You know they're working on that road. So they are there. People,
oh,
most I think
okay.
right now people were taking like the back road, but no, it looks like they're gonna open up both sides, both sections during that breakfast fest weekend. So
Yeah,
people should
that's
be
good.
safe. Be safe. You guys
That's my
have
one
fun.
request.
You know, hopefully
And
one year I'll see breakfast fit. You
yeah,
know,
that's good. I want to. Asa been doing a good job. I mean, for his a lot of people saying why you not bringing breakfast fit to Granby to Roseau, and I'm like, nope.
no, no, no,
There's a
no,
no.
no.
Everything can't be in town.
Totally,
Buy all the clothes in town and
right
come
there
up
in
Granby
Gambia.
with it.
Matter of fact, he should make sure he direct traffic. Don't even make them go by the school. Everybody have to go up and pass in Lally and go back down.
Hmm.
Pass in Lally and come down. Make
Yeah,
Lally a one way for the
yeah,
weekend.
one way. So you must go up so and come back down. So make people pass there and not to buy all the rum and do all of the thing. Buy
Yeah.
it in the Lally. Yeah. But anyway, we've been talking for about over an hour, boy. Time does go fast, boy. What
Over
is
an
this?
hour, my boy, 9:52. Yeah. Over an hour, almost 10,
Yeah.
boy.
But yeah, anyway, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We'll be back again. You know, we're just gonna keep talking the thing. You're gonna try some more of this. You know, I hope you guys
Let's
liked
give,
it. And
let's give a shout out to Mrs. Amber Jones. She been there with
yes,
us. Yeah.
I already
Thank
get
you
my
very much.
I already get my fire. You know, boy. How I cannot tell them that tell her that talk the thing coming on. We just do an impromptu episode, but I already get my fire already, so I have to take my
Yeah.
fire. Yeah. But yeah, thanks to everybody who was in the comments. You know, we really appreciate your comments. We try to highlight a few of them as we were going through. We had some really good comments. I see somebody say they want a water park in Dominica. Boy, the cable car don't even finish yet, now, bro. It's finished, eh?
And we have
Our
water, eh?
goodness.
For water park. We have water for
Yeah,
water park, you know.
the water park would just need a lot of safety and evaluation,
Yeah, boy.
testing the land and everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if they were able to put one, it would change things. I'm not sure if other Caribbean islands have a water park. I might be wrong, but it would definitely turn things around.
Boy, water park. I don't know if I'm as optimistic like all, you know. Anyway, let's see if we can finish the airport with 40%, but I haven't seen one building, one foundation, nothing finished yet. But let's see what
40% for the work they saying they do, they're not I wouldn't say bad, you know. I think
I
there's
didn't
a
say no.
lot of
Hello,
compression.
hello,
No,
don't
no,
have me
no,
like
no. What
don't have me like
no,
Sharon Shop. I never I
no,
never said it was bad.
no, 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 no. No. I don't say you said bad. What I saying is I think that them saying that they're 40% there because there's a lot of people don't know the whole airport thing is under that airstrip is a lot of compressed thing. So you have to like create an area, compress it, roll it, let water heat it, let it dry, and then you have to come and load that again because you're gonna have some big. Hopefully, we have some A380s touching down, my brother.
So we
So you
cannot
have,
be so while it compressing, nothing else can happen.
no, they're doing other things, man.
Oh,
They have to deal with things like stormwater and how we getting water to move off the site. I seen a lot of that
Mhm.
happening.
mhm.
I see they
Okay.
have some toenails to move. They're doing stuff. I would say the 40% is
So you
is
think
thing.
you
No,
think you're in
no.
target
If they
for
post another
26,
picture
27?
again, if they post another picture again that looking just like what the 40% was looking like, then
Well, I see a video. I see a video. Straight flight to Dubai. Montegele Sawi. Oh, Kado. Anyway,
must
everybody have
have.
a good night.
I
Have a
must
good
have.
night. Thanks for tuning
Yeah.
in.
Look,
Thanks everybody.
look, Christina said we can be like Atlantis.
Atlanta too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.